Hi, I'm Riese. I'm an independent pop artist based in New York City.
2 years, 4 walls, and it's all that I know. Never thought.
I think one of my earliest memories is watching tapes of Britney Spears on tour. I think this was probably, I don't know which tour this was. It was whatever tour she did Lucky, and she was in her, like the set was like her bedroom and she was singing Lucky, and I just remember replaying that over and over again on VCR in my parents' house.
So iconic.
Yeah.
So was she the artist you saw her and you're like, yeah, I have to be a pop star?
She was one of, yeah, it was her and Shania Twain, honestly.
Okay.
Kind of
Great choice.
weird contrast there, but yeah.
No, but they're both iconic.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like even then though, your music is kind of more, I don't want to say sad girl, but more introspective than like Britney Spears dance pop.
Yeah, it is.
Do you want to be like dance pop star, like Kate McRae
No,
type vibe?
no, I can't dance.
Interesting.
I can't dance like that. I took dance classes as a kid and I tried, but it's just that's not in the cards for me. I'm not trying to be that.
I'd find myself here living back home. Feels like I'm losing myself hearing you.
I feel like the main takeaway that I want anyone to get from listening to my music is that whatever they're feeling is valid, and I just want my music to make people feel seen, because I think a lot of the times in my life I felt alone in how I'm feeling, and it's always comforted me to have a song that I can listen to and be like, oh, that's exactly what I'm feeling.
Well, soon.
I would suggest people start with Aftermath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that one of your first singles?
Yeah, so it's my first single off this EP. It's my first EP that's coming out in November.
2 years, 4 walls, will they be aligned?
I have been writing music. I started writing music senior year of high school.
Okay.
So, oh God, I'm going to age myself, but probably like 10 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So a decade now. How have you seen yourself evolve?
I hope that I'm a better songwriter now than I was when I was 18. I think that my songs are a lot more, the lyrics are a lot clearer, I think. I think the themes and what I'm trying to say comes across a lot clearer. I feel like when I started writing, I just wrote, generic lyrics that sounded like things that I had heard, and there was never a real cohesive, like, thesis statement for each song.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like now all of my songs have a clear thesis.
'Cause I've lived too much to live.
Honestly, it just depends. Every song, I feel like every song is different. Sometimes it's a title that I start with. Sometimes it's a concept. Sometimes it's a random lyric. Sometimes it's a melody. Yeah, could be anything.
Long time, and I've had to watch my world flash by. And
one song that I think really changed the trajectory of my life and my career and my aspirations was Dear No One by Tori Kelly. So when I was in high school and I found her and I found this project, she had written and produced all of the songs herself. So Dear No One, she wrote and produced herself, and it just made me realize how much more I was capable of. Like, I'd never really thought about writing my own songs at that point. I'd never tried producing, so it just inspired me to take on more than I'd ever done.
Interesting. Now, was that a hard transition? Because now on this new EP, I think you worked with an array of people, right?
Yeah.
But previously, you did do everything all on your own.
I mean, I started writing songs by myself. I never put any of them out.
Okay. Did you produce, engineer, mix on your own, or did you always kind of have a hand with that?
I can produce, but I'm not at a point where I would put it out.
Yeah, I get you.
So I can make a solid demo. That would still be something I'd love to get to the point one day where I can put out a song that I've produced myself, but I'm just not there yet.
I get you. It's hard. I took a class for it in high school, and I did not get far.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's complex.
It's really complex, yeah.
And there's artists out there that are using not just one platform like Ableton and Logic, they're mixing them together. And just to figure out one of those programs and really master it, you have to sit with it at least for a whole year, I think, if not more than that.
Yeah.
Because there's so much nuance to it.
Yeah, there's so many moving pieces.
Yeah, there really is.
I know I'm young, but I don't feel alive.
This is always weird to say, and I feel like it's probably shocking, but I was diagnosed with a type of cancer when I was 22, and I spent almost 3 years in cancer treatment. And this was also during the pandemic, so a lot of crossover with the pandemic. And I did a ton of sessions on Zoom because that was basically all that I could do. I wasn't working, and I just did a ton of songwriting sessions over Zoom. And I had a session with these two amazing writers, Gabby Gotts and Camille Thornton. And I came in with the concept, the title, I'd Rather Be Boring, because ever since I was diagnosed, I've struggled with this fear that I'm always going to be known as the girl who had cancer. And it's just, I'm so much more than that, but I feel like I fear that that's the headline. Whenever anyone's talking about me or thinking about me, it's like, oh, she had cancer. She's that singer who had cancer. And I just don't want that to be all that there is. I've accepted that it's a part of me and I can't escape that, but at the same time, yeah, I just feel like there's a lot more to me. So at the end of the day, if that's the only thing that I'm ever known for, I would rather be boring, and that is why we wrote that song.
Interesting. That's not what I expected you to say at all, to be honest.
Wait, what were you expecting?
I was expecting you to be like, oh, well, it was about a relationship, and I was like, I'd rather be boring than me as the ex-girlfriend or something like that. So that's that's deep. But honestly, I think what you're saying about how you don't want to be known as for an illness, I think a lot of people relate with that.
Do you think so? I hope so.
I must be on my 9th life, running out of days.
You would think I've really thought about this having almost died, but what do I actually want to be known for?
Mm-hmm.
I think I just want to be known for my spirit, if that makes sense. Like, I just want to be known for being a kind person and caring about other people and, trying my best. Oh, man. Hopefully making others feel validated in how they're feeling.
That's beautiful. I mean, for coming up with that on the spot, that's a good one.
Thanks. I'm going to go journal about that later.
Yeah, no, I like that one. I really do. Especially as a musician, because I think a lot of people get caught up with the fame. So
yeah,
to say you want your music to resonate, that's like the deepest thing you could ask for.
Yeah, honestly.
I can count the minutes coming down like it's a landslide quarter.
The part that I enjoy the most is writing the song. I also honestly also performing and playing live. I love doing that and connecting with people in real life. I think that's also, can I say that? That's my favorite part too.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I think otherwise the writing of the song itself, I feel like I just love, it's just a way of journaling and processing and healing for me, and it helps me feel more sane to get it out on paper.
I mean, kind of adding to that, and then I want to go back to another point you mentioned there, but
yeah,
you're a solo artist, so
yeah.
At times, like, has there been a moment yet where you've realized that this music is not just a reflection of who you are, but a part of you?
Oh,
and it might not have happened yet.
Yeah, I definitely feel like these songs are a part of me. Like, I feel like they all represent different parts of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think especially because I wrote them about such a personal thing, like, in such a hard period of my life, I feel like they are parts of me.
This EP especially?
Yeah, for sure. The hardest part of songwriting, and honestly, the hardest part of making music in general and trying to do music as a career, is believing in the idea and putting it down and writing it out and writing the whole song and seeing it to the finish line and putting it out. I think I just struggle with a lot of self-doubt, as my therapist will say. She can attest. And I honestly think that's what gets in my way the most. Okay, so up until these past few weeks, when I finally started dropping songs from my EP that's coming out November 21st, I only had 4 songs out.
Yeah.
But of those, I would say the one that's resonated the most is probably It Was Never Gonna Be Me, because it's just really fun and upbeat, and the lyrics are it's just like about this guy I dated, and then I realized it was never gonna be me. And It's just kind of like a Olivia Rodrigo kind of like punky pop vibe, and it's just so fun, and all my friends know the words, so it's really fun to sing.
Now, do you want to remain a solo artist, or are you hoping to one day get the bigger full band experience? Like, would you like an
Oh,
orchestral part of the set?
oh, I mean maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I play with a band right now when I play my band shows. Like, I play with a drummer and tracks and guitarist and bassist and whatever I can. I don't know that I would see myself doing like a band, like a we are a band
Yeah.
thing at this point. But maybe that's just because in my head I'm like I think of Haim. I'm like, well, they knew each other since they were at birth. Like, they're sisters. And every band that I can think of, I feel like they formed so young.
Mhm.
And I feel like I've already passed that kind of period of my life. So I don't know if I would ever be in a band. I have people that I play with for my shows that I love
Mhm.
and trust them and would love to take them on tour one day and play shows with all the time.
Yeah. Have you gone on tour yet?
No, I really want to.
I have to ask because I ask a lot of people
Yes.
this. What is the appeal on tour?
What is the appeal of tour?
Yes, because
Yes.
you're going around city to city. You get no sleep. You can't really shower. It's like you're living in a van. I
Yeah.
want to know what a lot of people say it's just seeing the world, which, like, I understand, but I have to hear
Wow.
everyone's perspective on
Okay, I definitely wouldn't say it's seeing the world for me. Because
Interesting.
also I've heard that you don't really see much other than the van and the
Exactly.
venue. So no, I'm not banking on that to see the world. Plus, I have been really lucky to travel quite a bit already. But I think the appeal for touring for me is just being able to play a show every night.
Mhm.
That sounds so fun. And getting to meet people, different people all the time. I love meeting people. I love hearing what songs connected with people. And it just sounds so fun. It sounds grueling for sure, and like I'm a little nervous about that. But also, what am I doing now? I'm just going to sleep in my bed every night. Like, it's nothing crazy.
That's true. Honestly, that's such a beautiful answer because I feel like people kind of forget that part of it. Like, the performance part is what's so special about it.
Yeah.
You get to give this music to a new crowd every single night.
Right.
And they've either never heard it before or they've never seen it live before.
Exactly.
So it's always going to be a special experience for them.
Exactly. And I've really been struggling with sharing my music on TikTok and social media. And I feel like the best feeling is always when I actually get to talk to somebody
Mhm.
and be like, hey, what do you think of the songs? Or they tell me what they think of this. You know, it's like, there's nothing like that.
No, I completely agree. I think yes, obviously social media has had a huge impact nowadays. But I actually think the best way to promote music is getting on tour and playing those live shows.
I think
because
you're right.
You have ghost followers on social media.
Literally.
They'll like a million things, they'll follow you, but they'll never show up. So are you planning on a tour? Is that going to come out in the books?
No, I don't have, nothing's in the plans. Nothing's in the plans. Nothing's on the books right now. But that is my next goal for sure. I would love to go on tour next year if anyone's looking for an opener. The hardest song? Honestly, can I say all of them on this EP?
Interesting. Yeah, sure.
I think all of these songs on the EP have been the hardest for me to write because they're all songs about my experience with cancer. And honestly, it's never been harder for me to write about anything, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah.
But I will say most of the songs on the EP I wrote with other amazing writers. Shout out to Maria Landy. She wrote most of them with me. And it's been really therapeutic and helpful to have someone else help me put into words how I'm feeling and how, like, everything that I was going through. Because it just was really hard to talk about it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that you say it was easier working with a songwriter because, like you said, it's hard to talk about this.
Yeah.
This is really deep and personal, so you're trusting someone with your story.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, how do you protect your creative vision when you're collaborating with someone else?
oh, that's so real. Honestly, it really is like, I've done so many sessions with so many different writers right now, or so far, and I really just go based off of my comfort level when I'm in the room with someone or on Zoom with somebody. And luckily, I found people, like the people that I wrote these songs with on the EP, that I felt really safe with, and I felt really seen talking to them and sharing how I was feeling with them. I think, yeah, the comfort level and the ability to communicate with the other people in the room is really big. Also, I will say, like, I've written so many songs and so many of them didn't make the EP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's also, at the end of the day, narrowing down the list to the songs that I felt like really represented me and what I was trying to say.
I'm starting to think that it's time to let go.
Yes, I mean, definitely I want to start working on new music. I've already started working on new music. I just need to figure out the funding of that. Because I was very fortunate. I did a Kickstarter for this EP last year, and my community and my people really came through for me and funded my Kickstarter. And that was just such a blessing. Like, that's why this EP exists, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, we'll see what happens for the next one. Oh, my favorite song. I love them all. It really honestly changes every day.
Okay, well, what's the song of today?
Okay, the song of today, I think, is Aftermath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? What is it about this song?
Aftermath is the only song on the EP that I wrote by myself. And I just feel like it really represents me as both a writer and an artist. Like, I just feel like the sound of it sounds the most like me, and I'm really proud of that.
Okay. What's it about? I know it's about your cancer experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there anything specific that this tells a story of? Like,
yeah, okay, Aftermath is just about the feeling of falling behind, which I definitely felt a lot in cancer treatment, but the song is pretty general, honestly. It's just about feeling like no matter what you do, you can't make any progress, you can't move forward, you're not getting anywhere. Something I still feel today, maybe, about some things. So yeah, maybe that's also why it's one of my favorites still, because I still relate to it. I went to LA for my first ever writing trip a couple years ago, and I came in with this title, Ninth Life, because so during cancer treatment, I relapsed twice. So I never actually stopped cancer treatment during the 3 years. I just kept going because every time I got a clean scan, it came back. So I feel like if I was a cat with 9 lives, I would be on my 9th. Like, I feel like I just keep checking them off, and that's how I felt during treatment. So I wanted to write a song called Ninth Life. And I feel like that also just captures everything that my experience in cancer treatment was, and it captures what the EP is. Just feeling like I've lived through so much, and I'm going to try to make the most of whatever time I have left. Next, I want to go on tour. Can I say that again?
Yeah, of course you can. I feel like we did kind of touch on it, but...
We did.
So to go off of that then, what city do you really, really want to play? Or maybe it's not even in the States. Maybe it's a country.
Well, okay, honestly, I'm going to say Portland, because I have a couple people that I connected with on TikTok in Portland, and they asked me if I would come. So I'm going to try to make that happen one day. I'd say you can do this. Just try. And if it doesn't work out, you're going to do something else, but you might as well try. Thank you for having me. This has been so fun. I guess I'll just say my EP comes out November 21st, and I'm playing a show that night at New Blue in New York City. And if you're in town, you should come.